Hey there y'all, this is Hades, and today we are discussing Ragnarok chapter 97, the 4 original pillars. Okay, I did not expect we were going to get this revelation here on essentially Odin's plan. Like, I didn't expect it was going to be like this through Siegfried. Turns out now we know why Siegfried is alive, and he's going to be used as a sacrifice, which is insane. Oh freak man, this was one crazy chapter and I love it. But before we go into the review, if you like content like these, please consider subscribing. I'd greatly appreciate it. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's just dive right into the review, shall we? Because what an insane chapter as we cut to a goal, right in front of Siegfried as she's just wondering what's going on. It has to be Tartarus. So she knows Siegfried's in Tartarus. That's interesting. I always assumed Gold didn't really know about what was going on with Siegfried, but no, she's like, oh, so you're here, that must mean I'm in Tartarus. And she starts flipping out, of course, as Nostradamus, kind of calms her down by giving her some candy. And it's funny and cute because throughout the rest of the chapter, she's holding a lollipop, kind of berating Nostradamus. And Nostradamus explains why he's here. And I just want to say I was somewhat correct in my last review. Where I was like, oh, he's been here for so long, they probably just let Nostradamus just come through here a bit, maybe. But then in here, it just confirmed that Odin has Siegfried being kept alive through Nostradamus because Nostradamus is a great a doctor, so he's able to keep Siegfried alive, and he needs Siegfried alive. And in doing so, that does get Gold to raise a question like, wait, Nostradamus, if you're helping Odin, does that mean you're a traitor? And of course, Nostradamus just makes a joke out of it. He's like, what in the world? As he says, come on, cut that out. You are ruining my reputation now. So I don't think Nostradamus is going to be a traitor yet. It could change with more about him, but it seems like he's just, this is what he's doing just so he could be walking around. He's not in Tartarus forever, just being stuck there. He can actually walk around a bit. But I do think that he is looking for the good of Siegfried to an extent. Remember, Nostradamus is not all there. He was willing to let the whole Bifrost be destroyed just to see what would happen. So Nostradamus going down the line, letting Odin's plan succeed is not that far-fetched. Remember that, guys. It's not that far-fetched. Right now, I can see Nostradamus helping our heroes, but down the line, I'm just saying. And Siegfried just essentially tells Gold that, that he's going to tell her the origins of what happened, that she needs to listen because Odin... It's pretty crazy because Siegfried... I don't know how Siegfried knows about this. I'm sure we'll definitely get some for sure later on down the line. But yeah, Siegfried essentially just spills the beans. He's like, oh yeah, the world was originally created by the 88 primordial gods. The heaven and earth were created by them. And then eventually there's more lower gods that are being born. But of the 88 primordial gods, there was 4 who were like the strongest of them, and they were called, I am so sorry, Norse, Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life in Norse mythology. But here they're known as the primordial 4 pillars, Yggdrasil. Again, I'm so sorry. And I was blown away by who these are, as one of them is the giant Ymir, the demon king Satan, the lord of chaos, and the creator god Odin. Quote unquote Odin. It's insane. As Gold speaks of, like, the Ymir, Satan, Chaos, and Odin, they were the original creators. And Siegfried's like, yeah, these were 4 of the OGs, like the strongest. And it's insane because we see Ymir, Chaos, Satan, which I was blown away because I was like, wait a sec. So that would mean Beelzebub at some point, as we see with Odin, with a new, I guess, God Odin, not primordial Odin. That God Odin got the sword turned into the evil Odin that's not possessed, but has the will of primordial Odin. And now we have, sorry, my accent's cutting through there. And then we have Satan. So I'm assuming something like that within Beelzebub's backstory, where he got something from Satan, which cursed him with this Satan's ability. So that's crazy. But it's interesting that Beelzebub still has enough of his own will to be Beelzebub, but still have half of him still being somewhat of Satan. So that's crazy. As Siegfried continues on, that the Odin, primordial Odin, saw fit to destroy the lesser gods because they were just unnecessary to a point. So him and 7 other primordial gods teamed up with him as they just went on a massing slaughter spree to just annihilate these lesser gods. But the rest of the primordial gods, to 77, and we see Izanagi I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool to see him. He was there. He's one of the OGs, and not just Izanagi, but forgive me for the mispronunciation of her name, Aniya Goshin. It's cool. We see her. She's right there. I thought that was neat to see her. Nice. And then they essentially stood up to primordial Odin and them, and they just threw down, and the 77 primordial gods were just getting stomped. It was just so unfair. Like on my second time of reading, I was like, well, at least they got it down to 4 of the primordial gods of Odin and his gang. But no, all of them are alive. Like the 4 and plus the 10, or sorry, the 7 that teamed up with them. So yeah, at a certain point, the primordial good gods and the gods, they just couldn't win this in the end. So they led them off to the far edges of the world, where Izanagi and the remaining other primordial gods just opened a portal with their power, known as Glyphrin, Wave of the Seal God. That essentially just sucked them out, but this power was just so intense that it just killed some of the other gods themselves. Which is, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's pretty good and fitting that that's what it would take. Because we've even seen Izanagi taking some damage, and that's showing. And we know how powerful this guy is. And so yeah, fitting that we see some of the gods dying performing this technique, and some even getting really damaged. Really good stuff there. But the primordial evil gods, the 4 pillars, they realized what was going on, and they're like, all right, hold on, we're gonna send out our essence. The 4 of us are gonna send out our essence to go out there, and they're gonna continue our will to one day break us out. And as they do that, um, these 4 items were known as the 4 treasures of calamity. Now, with the 4 treasures of calamity, they were scattered across the world, across I'm assuming just heaven essentially. I'm not sure where heaven, maybe hell. That's probably I'm assuming heaven because one we get that's in I'm assuming Valhalla, and another one we got in heaven where we see Beelzebub residing at. So I'm assuming they're just spread out throughout heaven. As we get an unnamed god just looking around the mountains, and he eventually finds the magic sword Gram, which is actually originally I believe Siegfried's sword in the mythology, but I could be wrong. But this mysterious unknown god finds it. He knows what it is, and he wants this. He wants this bad boy. Now I'm assuming, since he's just an ordinary god with no special abilities, he's going to use this to claim fame. But the moment he touched it, it just surged with him so much power that his left eye got destroyed, which is actually a nod to the actual mythology, because Odin had to remove one of his eyes to get some runes to get more knowledge. So I was like, oh, that's pretty clever. As he gets it, and he is possessed by the spirit of primordial Odin. I didn't expect that, to be honest. And with that, this Odin, God Odin, is going to go carry out the will of the primordial gods, even if it's just going to be him himself. I don't know if he knows about Satan and Beelzebub, or where the other 2 items are going to be, where they're at, which gods are possessed by them. I have zero clue. It'd be interesting if they're gods we already know. I'm already thinking back, is it possible that's any god we know? Who knows? It might be a god we see in Apocalypse. That'd be very, very cool, I gotta say. And Goal just saying, this can't be, this is insane. The nameless ordinary god, and yeah, it's Odin, and the supreme god. As we cut to, it's so weird. It's so weird. I'm so sorry, Anubis fans. I thought Anubis was gonna fight, but it's apparently it's gonna be, Simo versus Loki. What? I did not expect that at all whatsoever. Wow. I don't know what this is about. It's weird that it's being given away. Maybe it's a Christmas gift or a New Year's gift to us readers. I'm okay with it, to be honest, but it's weird. We never got an announcement like this before, right? Not declared in the actual chapter itself, just on side notes. So, Simu versus Loki. That's an interesting. I'm not gonna lie, some people in my comment section in my last video where I predicted, which I thought was gonna be Anubis, but no. I will say, I was wrong on both fronts. I thought it was gonna be Kentucky versus Anubis, but no, it's gonna be Loki. Oh no, I thought it was gonna be Kentucky versus Anubis, but no, it's Loki versus Simu. So, holy cow, interesting. But some people in my video where I did a prediction, I got it right. So congrats on y'all guys. All right, you guys did freaking good. I didn't expect this at all. Oh my, I wonder how they're gonna get Loki to fight. To me, Loki doesn't seem like he really wants to fight, but we'll see how that goes down in the next chapter. I'm sure we'll get it. But yeah, I'm gonna give this chapter a freaking solid. Oh man, I'm gonna give this chapter a 10 out of 10. This chapter was fantastic. Great world building. Everything was making sense. I just don't know what's gonna go on. I'm assuming they're telling Goal this, so Goal could probably go back and tell Brahilde everything. And I'm assuming also Nostradamus is probably not supposed to be around talking to Brunhilde. But Odin would have to know that, right? Because Odin allowed Nostradamus to be a fighter for Siegfried, which I'm assuming he's allowing that because he thinks Nostradamus is going to die, and if Nostradamus dies, then there's no one else to really speak about this plan. And that's what I'm assuming, and then that's when Odin's going to initiate his plan that he once told Beelzebub. I've been waiting a long, long time for this. So the authors have been planning this out for an incredibly long time. I am looking forward to how in the world this is going to go down. I just hope the tournament isn't interrupted, and if it is, it continues. But we'll see, all right? Man, this chapter is crazy, and if you listen this far, I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day and take care. But first of all, what do you guys think? Like, like, like what's Siegfried's goal now? Like, when the world's gonna go on with Siegfried? I honestly think he's gonna die. I think Siegfried's more than likely probably gonna die, and Odin is probably gonna die too. I think Odin's gonna die by primordial Odin sucking out his the life force of Odin, but we'll see, right? I don't know, man. There's just a lot to think about. Anyway, y'all take care and have a good one. Later, guys.